Jesus is our example, and obviously, we know that he was tempted in every way as we were, and we understand those kind of things. But when you think about it, he was pushed to the brink at his crucifixion. And first of all, he's deserted by the friends that he loved, abandoned by them, and of course, he was betrayed by, Judas. And of course, on and on it goes. He's spat out and rejected by just Sanhedrin, whatever. Anyway, all those things are just really tough for us to deal with as we listen to it. Then finally, of course, it ends in crucifixion and being beaten and mocked and all those things, spat upon, horrible. However, the Bible said for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, and there was a joy set before him. I want to focus on that just for a second. Sometimes we get so caught up in what we're doing right now and what we're going through right now that we forget to focus on the joy that we're headed to, or could I say this, what we are determined to hit. And so what Jesus said to his disciples, right when this was all beginning in what we would call the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, don't you know, of course, remember Peter, he kind of chopped off the ear of the priest's servant. And so the Bible says that he put the ear back on, Jesus did, put the ear back on. And then watch what he said. He goes, don't you know I could call 10,000 angels to come and rescue me? He said they could be dispatched just like that. But he noticed, according to the Hebrew writer, he wasn't looking at the options. He was rather looking at the objective. And in what ways do you sometimes get caught up in options and take sometimes a quick option at the risk of losing the objective? Along the thoughts that we were just talking about, there are many things in life that bring difficulties along with them, and life will be a struggle, according to what we read in Jesus' life. And he said, in this life you will have temptations, you'll have difficulties, you'll have situations that you can understand. All that stuff goes on. We all know that. But there are some things Jesus, in his moment of the testing of his life, that he ignored, and others he endured. So where sometimes do we get mixed up? We're enduring things we should ignore maybe, or maybe we're ignoring things that we should endure. And what I mean by enduring is patiently, which means to go through it cheerfully, go through it. And then other things we just need to not, just let go. And maybe you could help me explain the difference between what things and what it looks like to things that we should ignore, and then the things that we should endure. In our quest to understand what Jesus was going through and the difficulties that he was facing, we understand that he says we too will struggle. We too will go through some really difficult times. And the book of Daniel says that the job of the enemy is to try to wear out the saints, try to wear us down and wear us out. And I know some of you right now are saying, yeah, that's me. But Jesus is our example. He said even at the point of death, the point of dying, he said that he kept on going toward the prize, or going toward the reward. And watch this. So the Hebrew writer said he's our example, because if we don't look at him and what he did, then we have the chance that we'll grow weary or lose heart. And I want you to think about it for a second. How many times have we grown weary because something going on and just seem like it never quit, or lose heart because we think that there's no way that this could ever change or get any better, and so we keep us in that thing where we're weary and losing heart over and over again. And so what is it about the now? What is it about the things you're facing right now that has the ability to eclipse the great future you have and causes you to become weary and without hope?